you have been instrumental for years. I mean, a lot of people who maybe don't know your face definitely know your name from your affiliation with Kevin Hart, your affiliation years and years ago with Master P and his film company. You still have, I should say, Codeblack, which of course was affiliated with Lionsgate, now a standalone company. This is a company, and your work has largely created entertainment by black artists, by black filmmakers, for black audiences, despite expectations in Hollywood that these types of films and these types of entertainment programs can't succeed. I'm curious as to what the content is out there right now for you that you think sort of bucks that trend.
Well, I think, and thanks, first I want to say thanks for having me on Bloomberg, is that one of the things for at least probably what's contributed to my longevity in the business is that I've always been focused on the distribution side and particularly the direct-to-consumer side. You know, what we're experiencing in the industry right now that's been accelerated by the pandemic is, you know, streaming platforms and streaming. And you know, there's been a big uptake in terms of consumer usage on streaming networks and watching content. But if you kind of go back to 1998, 99, 2000, my first entry in the business was direct-to-video movies, and that was before Blockbuster Hollywood was even selling videos. So we were literally the first ones to sell movies and content to consumer. What I understood then is the same that I understand now, is that there's an appetite and there's a consumer for the content, regardless of what the studios or networks have said, which they're now kind of backtracking on because they see how big the audience is. There's, America is multicultural, and America is looking for content that represents what America looks like. So that audience literally has always been there. I've always, from my business standpoint, I've always been servicing that audience, which is one of the reasons I've been in the business for so long. In terms of, for me, the audience drives how they want to consume the content. So whether back then, if they wanted to consume the content through VHS tapes and then the DVD and then some other mechanism, now it's streaming. Yeah. My job and my focus has always been, okay, let's deliver the content in the way that the audience wants to consume the content, not fight the audience, because technology has totally disrupted the business. So being that now that the consumer now controls how they want to consume it. So it's, for me, from a business and entrepreneur, I've got to deliver that content in the way that the consumer wants to view the content on particular platforms.
You know, Jeff, sometimes it's about even getting that content, and we are in the middle of a pandemic. They've shut down a lot of the production and the filming, and I am curious just how it has been the past several months. What have been the biggest challenges? And of course, how you work on content when they are perhaps still shut down and movie theaters are closed.
That is a very good question. And I think, if we think about the entertainment business has always had challenges, and the entertainment business has always risen in terms of facing the challenge. So for us, everybody, including myself, when the pandemic hit in, let's say, February, March, we had to shutter a bunch of our productions. We had a lot of stuff in the pipeline, and it was tough, but I made the decision to shift probably about 10 days in. Okay, we had our roadmap was to move into animation in 2021. So what I did was quickly accelerate our animation development. We have 3 projects that are being produced right now that I started on because I knew that I could work with the animators and illustrators on a remote basis at home. So I just basically shifted our content strategy and started to focus on animated projects. Now, what's happened in the last few months, obviously, the world is starting to open back up, and we've been really following the protocols, and we've actually executed a number of productions. One is really this going on right now. We're doing a joint, a virtual event with Just for Laughs, where we're doing a live comedy show outside. Yeah. So it's really just pivoting the way we approach production. But right now we have to take it, slow. We can't just jump right into it. But obviously, testing and following all the COVID protocols that have been set by National Health Organization. We've been following those, and we've been able to move back into production.
Jeff, we've only got a minute left, but how energized is Black talent right now and those that you're fostering at Codeblack to have more writers, more producers, more artists coming forward?
I think, the thing about it, the artists and the producer and writers have always been out there. What our mandate, before Black Lives Matters and it became popular, was to always be a home and provide an opportunity for writers and producers and to provide distribution for content. So that's always been my mandate, because what happens is that, especially with independent producers, they're out producing independent product and they go to studios and they can't get distribution or can't get their product out. So for me, it's always been a mandate to be that vehicle to provide an opportunity for independent producers and filmmakers.